Hi, welcome to this short video about synthesis. This is where we write about two texts and we make sure that we get full marks. So as you can see, synthesis is all about taking and blending or mixing information from two different sources, in this case two texts, one from the 19th century and one a contemporary text. The point is you'll be given a much tighter focus to look for, something that you're going to be able to find in both texts. As you can see, the bit we're interested in is that section in the middle where the two cross over. Now, what you'll also notice is that we're not going to spend too long on it. This is a 5-minute task, so you've got to work quickly and efficiently, but we do want to make sure that we get all of the 4 marks in order to be successful. So, how do we synthesize? I want you to imagine that you've been invited to a wedding, and that wedding is in a hot country. Now, you've got lots of clothes, but you only want to take one small suitcase. Also, you only want to take clothes suitable for a wedding, and those clothes also have to be suitable for a hot climate. So you've got quite a specific list of things that you're going to need. Now, you're going to take 2 things from one wardrobe you know about, and you're going to take some other things from another wardrobe. And what you're doing is you're packing them into one suitcase, which is your synthesis. This is where you're blending the things together. So if you were writing it down, it might look something like this. Notice I've given them headings. That's really important for the next slide. So wardrobe 1, I need the smart linen suit. I also need the cotton shirt, 2 things. Wardrobe 2, I need the black leather shoes. I need the new belt and the silk tie, 2 things. But notice the comment underneath. This is the clincher. This is the thing that will get you the 4 marks. I've got smart clothes in both wardrobes, something you've noticed. But only wardrobe 2 has my accessories. Okay, so we've made an extra comment there. We've got 4 things, but we've made one extra comment which relates to everything together. Okay, and that is how we go about getting 4 marks. But let's look at it in a much more specific, much more English way now. So I'm going to read this slide to you so you can look at it. Now, let's imagine you've been asked questions about 2 texts, an article and an extract from an autobiography. Both texts are about life in the city. But now you're going to be asked about something specific, and that something specific is the traffic. This is a locate and retrieve exercise, so I want you to remember that because it's one of the easiest things you do. You just need to find 2 details on the article, find 2 details in the biography, and then for full marks make a comment about both texts, just like we did with the wardrobe exercise. So imagine you've been given 2 texts about life in cities, but now you've been asked to look for something specific in both texts, and that's the traffic. This is what it should look like. So first of all, notice I've got my 2 headings, article and autobiography. In the article, I've written, the article uses facts to show how congested the city is by explaining that most journeys of 1 mile take more than 20 minutes by car. That's evidence, and it's a quotation, and it's embedded into the sentence. It also shows how pollution in cities is caused by, and another embedded quotation, slow-moving traffic. Those are my 2 points. Autobiography. The writer explains how she began cycling to avoid waiting in long queues. She also states that she needed to wear a mask to avoid traffic fumes. So, in other words, I've got 2 points for the article, 2 points for the autobiography. But the point at the bottom there that I've chosen to pick out in red is a comment about both texts. Both texts show that traffic is harmful. Well, that's true. You can see the word congestion, pollution, mask, fumes. But the point I want to make is that we're talking about both people and the environment. So I've made a comment that blends those 2 things together, and that would get me full marks. So have a read the recap bullet points yourself. If there's anything you're not sure about, go back and watch it again.